What happened? No. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Entertainment, education. Oh. See. มาแล้วครับกดสโตร์ครับthis should be on this thing. On this thing, change the title and no, this one. It's already correct. We gotta change the title here. This one. Right, erledigt. This live stream on YouTube. To this one. Title would be here. Therein. Okay, verstanden. YouTube. This one. YouTube Studio. And this one too. Go live. And it's set this right. Set this one. And this one. Yes, sir. And the soon to YouTube. Oh, ลืมดูว่ามีคนถาม this one. Edit education and this one. Yeah. So, and we need to share the screen with my phone hours. This one too. And to stop that one. And this. Oh no. Your channel. This one. This channel. Some to YouTube in machine. Now we go to Zoom, right? And by trading. Nothing else นี่นะครับจะเข้าที่ซูมไม่มีown a video by tracing own a okay one person secret question
Recording in progress.
oh my god is great okay okay test 1 2 3 test 1 2 3 okay what else this one right yeah okay yes sir okay and now we need to open a new file chapter 6 right okay that one yeah go to open new file important physics chapter and here is the B01 today 04 2022 okay like this then open this close this right okay okay good morning everyone welcome you to EE211 which is the okay พี่ประพรมาครับไม่มีใครเข้าที่ซูมนะครับโอเคไหมไม่มีใครเข้าซูมนะผมก็จะไม่ค่อยชำเลืองดูครับ alright let's continue our story in the complex plane complex function analytic function we have also included the lecture not just include the Euler-Cauchy equation okay which is a condition that we use to test whether that function is analytic or not but before that you have to know what is analytic okay วันนี้อาจจะไม่เยอะนะครับเพราะว่าผมเตรียมเลคเชอร์ไม่ค่อยทันนะครับผมเตรียมเลคเชอร์ไม่ค่อยทันก็อาจจะจบเร็วก่อน3 ชั่วโมงก็ได้ครับน่าจะเป็นการเรียนครั้งสุดท้ายแล้วก็สรุปคุณจะสอบพรุ่งนี้กันใช่ไหมครับสอบตอนจริงๆบ่ายโมงก็ได้นะแต่เพราะว่าผมไม่ได้สอนนะครับผมก็จะอยู่ที่บนรถนะครับเปิดซูมดูหน้าคุณนะครับแล้วก็อยู่ที่บนรถก็ไม่ต้องสอนก็เริ่มบ่ายโมงก็ได้ครับคุณจะสอบพรุ่งนี้กันใช่ไหมครับก็ไม่ช้านะครับโอเควันนี้อาจจะจบเร็วนะครับเพราะว่าไม่เยอะนะครับไม่เยอะโอเค complex function you got to know that already the next one is analytic function โอเคถ้ามีความเห็นยังไงก็พิมพ์มาที่กลุ่มไลน์ได้ครับที่กลุ่มไลน์กลุ่มโอเคเพื่อผมก็จะชำเลืองดูครับความเห็นคุณเป็นอย่างไรครับจะสอบกันหมายถึงว่าเวลากี่โมงอะไรอย่างเงี้ยครับ เราก็เหลือเท่าไหร่นะ35 คะแนนโอเคเพราะว่าเห็นเปิดเทอมนะครับนิสิตเขามาทำงานอะไรอัตลักษณ์อะไรกันเต็มเลยนะครับเข้ามาเยอะครับโอเคก็บอดคาสอะไรไปให้หมดแล้วนะครับครบทุกช่องคุณเลือกเอาแล้วกันครับว่าคุณอยากดูอันไหนนะครับโอเคanalytic function this is the very classical definition the modern term is called holomorphic function okay if you go to some journal some research papers they're gonna call holomorphic function okay this is the ancient word or the classical term okay for analytic function okay what is analytic function is the special type of the function that the differentiation is available and that is useful because we can do many things we can have that application in engineering okay the derivative of a complex function is written as f okay this function is denoted by f and its derivative is denoted by prime okay but the full name of that is d by dz okay and we substitute z at 0 okay at point 0 is defined by this one okay the limit okay it's quite similar to the differentiate of the derivative in the real value okay they use the same exactly they use the same exact ratio as in the real case okay but this is the complex case okay what is the first term the numerator is the difference between that function okay at point 0 but the first term the argument inside is increased by delta z okay delta z is a small value and we are gonna take the มีไหมครับมีคนจะเข้าอีกไหมไม่มีเนาะดูให้นะครับ and that function these increased amounts of this increment is the this increment tends to 0 and if the limit in 22 exists the function f is said to be differentiable at a point is at 0 okay and that's the definition it's quite simple right like in basic mathematics that you have seen before but this ratio is applied to the complex case okay the function is the complex value okay this function is a complex value okay okay let's talk about the first example whether we can find the derivative here or not let's say the function is fz equal to z square you know this function right it's like if x is x square right but this one is z square and z is a complex variable the complex variable consists of x plus y okay you know that z is equal to okay z is x plus iy all right differentiable for all z or not right so in order to do this we will as usual open the new page you know that we have to show whether the limit here delta z เป็นอะไรอีก ปิดเปิดปิดบลูทูธไปครับโซฟาครับ โอเคdata set เฮ้ยทำไมไม่เข้าโอเคdata set 10 to 0 and numerator is f z plus z0 oh no z plus data set and minus f z divided by data set. Okay, and you know that f z is z square, right? And what about if z plus data set? It's gonna be z plus data set square, right? So it's equal to z square plus 2z and data z and plus data z square, right? Then we will substitute this one to this location. We will substitute this one to this quantity. All right. So we will show whether this limit exists or not. All right. So you would have limit z to 0, and here will be z square, right? Plus 2z and delta z and plus delta z, delta z square minus this term, okay, fz, which is right here, z square, okay, divided by this one, delta z, right? So this one will be the เป็นอีกแล้วไม่รู้ว่าเพราะอะไรผมปิดเปิดปิดโน้ตใหม่แล้วกันเป็นที่แอปหรือเปล่าไม่รู้นะครับ not this chapter 6 ใช่ป่ะ6หรือ5 6 complex plane this one โอเคเปิดปิดใหม่ก็เปิดปิดบลูทูธใหม่ด้วยก็โอเคalright to this one, right? Okay, you can see that this term and this term are the same, right? But this one has the minus sign. They're gonna cancel each other, right? So you would have limit delta set to 0. Once it cancels each other, the remaining thing will be 2z delta set plus delta set ยังเป็นอยู่นะครับต้องอะไรรีสตาร์ทเครื่องเลยand data set. All right, and yeah, you can cancel it. No, we go ahead. This is limit delta set to 0. We have the common term, right, which is delta set. We move it out. ทำไมมีลิ้นยาวๆอย่างนี้ data set to 0. And we have a common term which is data set and 2 set plus data set like this. And here is data set, right? So these terms will cancel each other, right? Cancel. So you get limit data set to 0 of this one, 2 set plus data set, right? But the limit is the limit needs to be done with respect to data set. This term, the first term, doesn't have data set at all. We're gonna concentrate or move the limit directly to this term, the second term that has data set. Right? So you would have 2 set plus limit data set to 0 of data set. Okay, and the limit of anything that tends to 0, this one should be 0, right? That one should be 0. So you would get ใส่จะได้ restart เครื่อง 2z plus 0. All right. So the answer should be only 2z. Okay, and that's it. So we can see that therefore เป็นอีกแล้วครับให้ตอบไปนี้ก่อนแล้วค่อย restart เครื่องกันtherefore the functionเป็นอีกแล้วครับf(z) that is equal to z square is เป็นอีกแล้วis differentiable for all set. Okay, and the derivative of f(z) equal to z square is 2z is d by dz fz is 2z. That was that's what we have we get here 2z. Okay, all right. เดี๋ยวขออนุญาต restart เครื่องแป๊บนึงครับเกิดปัญหาเดี๋ยวมันจะกวนๆครับเป็นเส้นนอนเราอยู่อย่างเงี้ยครับผมไม่รู้ว่าเป็นที่อะไรนะครับขออนุญาต restart เครื่องง่ายๆกันลืมออกจากซูมไปเลยครับไม่รู้ซูมหลุดหรือเปล่าตายแล้วโอเค we get back to this one. All right หวังว่าไม่เป็นไรนะครับโอเคyes we have done this and let's try the next problem Let's consider the next thing. Many complex functions do not have a derivative at any point. For example, we consider the complex conjugate. Determine whether the function f z equal to z star is differentiable for all z or not. Okay. Now we would see whether we could find the limit. Okay, we have to prove. We haveสีแดง we need to show whether the ยังเป็นอยู่ครับไม่ก็เป็นอะไรเขาเนี่ยนี่ดีสตาร์เครื่อง we need to show whether the limit limit f z plus delta z minus f z divided by delta z when delta z tends to 0 exists ไปแล้วเส้นกวนครับ exists or not. Good. Okay, exists or not. So let's start with that. You know that if เป็นอีกแล้วใครรู้สาเหตุบ้างครับ เกิดจากอะไรApple Pencil นี้มันรีสตาร์ทได้ไหมอันนี้เราเปิดปิดใหม่ YouTube ไม่เปิดก็แล้วไม่เปิดอันนี้เปิดใหม่อีกรอบ complex play no this is the formal version okay we need to prove we need to show whether this limit exists or not, right? And as you know, you start from f z, which is z star, right? Z conjugate. And what about f z plus delta z? It's gonna be z. ไปอีกแล้ว z plus delta z star. And as you know, star complex conjugate can be distributed to each component in this summation. So it's going to be z star plus delta z star, right? And we will substitute these two terms into this limit. We will see. The limit delta z to 0 of the numerator, which is z star plus delta z star. Yeah, right? This one. Leave it here. The next one is minus what? Minus f z. F z is this one. Z star. Divided by delta z. Right. So what is the result then? The first term and the last term are the same, except that this one has a minus sign. So both will cancel each other. We're gonna get only delta z. Right. Limit of delta z to 0 will be delta z star divided by delta set. Only like this. All right. But when you say delta set, what is delta set? You know that delta. But anyway, you know that delta set is delta x plus I delta y, right? So the limit, once we say delta set to 0, it means we need to say delta x tends to 0 and and delta y tends to 0 too, right? Because delta set is delta x and I is I delta y. If you want to make delta set to be 0, it means the real part should tend to 0. The imaginary part should also tend to 0. You get something like that. All right. So let's talk about delta set star. Delta set star will be, okay, before we talk about this, let's consider the delta set. Yeah. We have already seen some of it. Delta set is delta x plus I delta y. Delta set star, what is that then? It's going to be delta x plus I delta y and then star, right? And star means the complex conjugate. You have to change the positive sign to be negative sign. All right. Then you get delta x minus I delta y. Okay. At this location. And now we consider the limit. We consider the ratio delta set star divided by delta set will be delta x minus I delta y divided by delta x plus I delta y, like this. Okay. And now it's time to take the limit. So limit delta set to 0 of delta set star divided by delta set will be the limit of two things. First, it can be classified into two cases. The first case is limit delta y to 0 and limit delta x to 0 of what? Of this ratio here. Okay? Delta x plus delta x minus I delta y divided by delta x plus I delta y. The next one is limit, the second case ones. Delta x tend to 0, limit delta y tend to 0, and that the same ratio, delta x minus I delta y divided by delta x plus I delta y. The next one will be again the same two cases. Once your delta x tend to 0, it means this term will disappear. Okay, it's only 0. So you will have limit delta y tend to 0. And once this term doesn't exist anymore, you're going to have minus I delta y divided by I delta y, right? And once delta y tend to 0, we would not have anything here. Okay, the thing that we would have is limit delta x tend to 0 of delta x divided by delta x. Okay, and what is that then? Once the limit, I'm clear this one first, that we would have two cases. This limit delta y to 0. Okay, these will cancel each other, right? I and I. Right? So it's gonna be limits of -1. Okay, let's simplify. This is the case of delta x tend to 0, delta y tend to 0. Here is the case delta x tend to 0, delta y tend to 0. Okay, limit of delta y to 0, but this is the case of delta x. We take the delta x to 0. And next one is limit delta x tend to 0, but the result here is number 1. Here is delta x tend to 0. Oh, sorry, delta y. Tend to 0. Okay, and so you would get at the end -1 and 1. And in this case, you have delta x tend to 0, delta y tend to 0. So yeah, the limit doesn't exist because the limit can have two values. So the limit has two possible value. Therefore, the function f z equal to z star is not differentiable. Okay, it cannot be differentiated. That's it. Because we have two values for that. Right. Alright สักตัวหนึงนะครับเห็นไหมผมพาคุณทำเดี๋ยวสักข้อหนึ่งแล้วกันนะครับยังไงดีโจทย์อยู่ที่หนังสือนี้นะwhere is that? Okay, we go to the book. The classic book edition. I send it to you. Okay, let's have a look at book here. Okay, on page, I don't know, 600 blah blah blah. Just no. หน้าที่เท่าไหร่ 740. Oh, 900. 740. No. complex integration ครับไล่เลยครับ therein analytic function หน้าไหนเดี๋ยวครับที่นั่นลองซื้อ uniform convergence that is the see this is complex integration complex analysis complex number 613 okay yes sir this one polar form derivative this one but in my slide I have already this is that problem okay let's try this one determine what's that okay yes okay let's do this okay determine whether the function f(z) equal to z minus I divided by z plus I is differentiable at z equal to I or not โอเคลองทำตรงนี้ดูนะครับทำไงครับลองลงมือทำเลยครับเดี๋ยวผมปล่อยเวลาให้คุณเพื่อให้คุณทำได้ไม่ได้ยังไงแจ้งมามีคนดูที่ YouTube 1 คนน่าจะเป็นก้อนชนกที่ซูมที่ YouTube ก็มีคนหนึ่งน่าจะเป็นที่พาพอร์จะชอบสไตล์ Okay let's try this problem determine whether the function f(z) which is equal to z minus I divided by z plus I is differentiable at z equal to I or not ลองหาดีว่าอันนี้มันดิฟออกมาได้ไหมนะครับใช้วิธีทำแบบก่อนหน้านี้นะครับก็คือหาลิมิตเช็คลิมิตว่ามันได้หรือไม่ได้ครับเดี๋ยวผมรอเวลาคุณครับให้คุณทำครับลองทำดูนะครับผมทำให้คุณดูละ2 ตัวอย่าง211เดี๋ยวบอกให้ปลดสายแน่นอนไปแล้วครับส่งไฟล์ไปให้พี่ไลน์กลุ่มก็ลองทำดูครับถ้าไม่ลองมันก็จะไม่ได้ออกแรงทำไม่ได้คิดครับ ตัวนี้นะนี่นะครับว่าเป็นอย่างไรให้เวลา3 นาทีครับไม่งั้นเดี๋ยวไม่คืบหน้าครับเดี๋ยวผมขอตัวเข้าห้องน้ำแป๊บนึงครับระหว่างรอคุณครับ ไม่เป็นไรครับผมทำให้ดูไปแล้วกัน okay when z is equal to I it means your z0 is I, right? And we need to show whether the limit limit delta z to 0 of f like that if z0 plus delta z minus f z0 divided by delta z exists or not ก็คือมันหาค่าได้ไหมครับ all right so let's see what is that. What is f0? You know that fz is this term, right? Z minus I and z plus I. So you have z minus I divided by z plus I. So what about f z0? F z0 means f I, right? Because you are z0 is I. So we're gonna substitute z by I. So it means you have I minus I divided by I plus I. So what is the result of this one? It's going to be 0 by 2I, right? Which is actually 0. All right. So what about if that 0 plus delta z? Yeah, it's going to be if if I plus delta z, right? And it's actually equal to is something like that. So it's going to be I plus delta z, like that. Delta z and minus I, right? Divided by z, which is I plus delta z in plus I, right? So the result here, you need to needs to be done further. Okay, needs to be manipulated further. I minus I will be 0, right? I and plus I will be 2I, so you would have delta z, right, divided by delta z plus 2I, right? Like this. So if you go further in, we're gonna consider the ratio, right? The ratio if z0 plus the difference first, the ratio. If z0, what is that then? It's gonna be this term, right? Delta z divided by delta z plus 2I and minus f z0, which is 0 right here. So you get that. And the next thing is the ratio. We consider the ratio if z plus delta z minus f of z0, I'm sorry for that, f z0 divided by delta z. What is this ratio then? It's gonna be delta z divided by delta z plus 2I divided by divided by what is that? Delta set. All right. So it will be delta set divided by delta set and delta set plus 2i. My God. Okay, and you can cancel this term. So the result will be 1 by delta set plus 2i. Okay, and now we consider the limit. We consider the limit. Okay, limit delta set to 0 of f set 0 plus delta set minus f set 0 divided by delta set will be the limit delta set to 0. This term 1 by delta set plus 2i. Okay, and if you go further, it means you have 1 by 2i plus limit delta set to 0 of delta set. But this term will be will remain 0, right? It's equal to 0. So finally you will get 1 by 2i plus 0, or simply speaking 1 by 2i. Okay, so you can see that we can see that the limit exists. Okay, the limit can be found. Therefore, therefore, the derivative of the function f z equal to z minus I divided by z plus I at the point z equal to I is that 1 by 2i. Okay, and that's ครับทำได้เนาะโจทย์นี้ทำได้นะหรือว่าต้องขออีกโจทย์หนึ่งเอาตัวอย่างอย่างเงี้ยเลือกมา18ผมทำให้แล้วนะ18ทำให้แล้ว19 20 21 22 23คุณเอาอันไหนดีหรือว่าพอแล้วอาจารย์หนูรู้เรื่องผมรู้เรื่องครับก็ไม่ต้องทำเอาไหนดี What do you think then we should practice ourselves further? What problem should we do further if you want to be more fluent? 18ผมทำให้ดูแล้วนะครับ18ตรงนี้ทำให้ดูแล้วจะเอาอื่นไหม19 20 22 23นี่เป็นฝึกหัดท้ายบทถ้าไม่ก็ไปต่อพิมพ์บอกมาแล้วกันครับอยากได้อย่างไรไม่ต้องเกรงใจผมนะเอาที่คุณอยากรู้เรื่อง 35 pages 35 pages เงียบไปเลยนะครับตัวข้อไหนดีครับถ้าไม่มีใครตอบนะครับก็ไปต่อนะครับไปต่อนะถือว่าคุณรู้เรื่องโอเคwe need to talk about the analytic function okay what is analytic function the function that is said to be analytic in a domain D if fz is defined. What is the meaning of defined? It means the function can be evaluated. Okay. For example, the one that is undefined is something like 0 by 0. Okay, is undefined. Okay, we cannot find the value for 0 by 0. Okay, it means this function should be we should be able to evaluate this function from any point. I mean, this function is always undefined. Sorry, this function is always defined. And if this function should be also differentiable at all points of domain D. Okay, and that's the meaning of analytic function. The function f z is said to be analytic at any point at a point z equal to 0 if fz is analytic in a neighborhood of z0. Neighborhood means a point that is around z0. Okay, a continuum area around z0, and that's the analytic at a point 0. Okay, modern term of analytic in domain D is holomorphic. Okay, they also call holomorphic instead of analytic. Analytic is the own word, own term. Okay, the modern word is holomorphic. Okay, if you go to the next level, higher level, like in master degree or doctoral degree, you may have opportunity to see this, to hear or to see this word, okay, holomorphic. Okay, this problem has been solved to you already. Now let's move to the last one for today's lecture is Cauchy-Riemann equations. Okay, วันนี้ครั้งที่16แล้วเนาะก็ไม่ต้องคิดคะแนนแล้วเนาะแต่ว่าพิมพ์มาได้นะเดี๋ยวเก็บไว้ให้เพราะว่าคิดคะแนนเข้าเรียนแค่15 ครั้งก็พอ Okay, the Cauchy-Riemann equations are the criteria for testing the analyticity of the complex function. For example, fz is equal to wx comma y, and the wx comma y is a function that depends on x and y, and w can be decomposed into u and v. Okay, this is the real part, and here is the imaginary part. The function f is analytic in the domain D if and only if the partial derivative such as curl u by curl x, curl u by curl y, curl v by curl x, curl v by curl y satisfy the condition here. Curl u by curl x is equal to curl v by curl y. Curl u by curl y is equal to negative, okay, curl v by curl x. This is the condition that is, these are two conditions that are discovered by Cauchy and Riemann. Have you ever seen Riemann, Bernhard Riemann? Okay, Bernhard Riemann studied mathematics and his professor is Friedrich Gauss, okay, at Göttingen University. Okay, determine whether this function is analytic for all set or not. So we need to find u and v. Okay, the step to solve this one is that we have to find u and v. First, we have to find u x y and v x y. And next one is that we have to check whether yeah, 28A and 28B satisfied or not. All right. Okay, we have to check whether those two conditions are satisfied or not. Okay, let's find first what is u and what is v to this moment. That's square. You know that z is equal to x plus iy, right? And what is z squared then? Z squared means x plus iy. Okay. All right. And that's equal to x squared plus 2x and iy, right? And plus iy square, right? You will get you will get x squared plus I 2x 2xy and minus y squared, right? That's the expression for z squared. So fz will be z squared, and this is equal to x squared minus y squared plus I 2xy. Okay, you can see that this is actually u xy, and this is actually v xy. Okay, now we find now we have found u and v, right? U xy is u xy is equal to x squared minus y squared, and on another side we v xy is 2xy, right? So what is curl u ปากกาไม่เป็นใจเลย curl u by curl x xy, what is that then? It's gonna be curl by curl x of x squared minus y squared, right? It means you have curl by curl x of x squared minus curl by curl x of y squared. But this term has nothing to do with x, right? This term will be 0. Okay, so we get 2x only, right? And see what is curl v curl by curl x of v อีกแล้วนะครับทำไมเป็นอย่างนี้ v น่ะยังไม่ได้เขียนอะไรเลย vxy it's curl by curl x of 2xy and that's equal to 2y. All right, so the next one we're gonna find curl u by curl y, right? Curl u xy by curl y. So it's ไปเล็กเทแล้วนะครับเขียนอะไรก็ไม่ได้ทำไงดีก็100%ปักเล่นแล้วกันครับเผื่อหายกันคือนะเปิดปิดแอปมาแล้วโอเค y of x นะยังเป็นนะครับก็ x square minus y square. So what is the result then? So it's going to be curl by curl y. X square minus curl by curl y square. And this term will be 0. So you get a minus 2y. And what about the right hand side? We will see curl by curl y of v xy, and that's equal to curl by curl y to xy, and it's equal to 2x. Okay, and now let's check the question here by Cauchy-Euler. Curl u curl x and curl v by curl y. Let's see. Curl u by curl x and curl v by curl y. Okay, and see what is that then. Curl u by curl x is 2x, right? Curl v by curl y is also 2x. Oh yes, that's great. It's 5. And now let's consider the next one. Curl u by curl y equal to negative curl v by curl x, curl v by curl x, and that's u by y is minus 2y, and minus from the yellow, curl v by curl x is 2y. So this one is fulfilled, so it's correct. Oh my god. So that's great. Okay. So this function fulfill the Cauchy-Euler. Now let's consider the next function, which is conjugate. Okay. We have to find first what is u and what uxy and vxy. What is that then? So if z is a z star, right? Oh my god รบกวนนะครับอันนี้ z star so it's x plus I y มาอีกแล้วรอบนี้มาเฉียงอีกแล้วครับมาอีกแล้วเป็นอีกแล้วครับมาอีกแล้วมันจะได้สำเร็จในวันนี้โอเคx so it's equal to x minus I y right so what is u and what is v then you can see that this is u this is y right so u x y is equal to x v x y is equal to y so curve u by curve x will be curve x by curve x which is number 1 curve v by curve x is curve by curve x of y and that's equal to 0อีกแล้ว curve by curve y u x y equal to curve by curve y x is 0แล้วครับมาก็ is 0 and curve v by curve y ยังไม่ทำอะไร will be curve by curve y of y and that's equal to 1 once we open you can see that let's check whether curve u by curve x equal to curve v by curve y or not curve u by curve x equal to curve curve v by curve y or not right so what is that then u by x is 1 equal to v by y is 1 so it's correct okay the second condition is that curve ผมก็จำไม่ได้นะครับv u by y minus v by x u by y minus v by x curve v curve x or not right u by y is 0 v by x is v by x is also 0 so it's minus 0เฮ้ยใช่เหรอoh I'm sorry for that v is minus y I'm stupid minus y and once you make the integration this one is 0 this one is no it's not it's minus 1 so it's minus 1 so yeah it's not it's minus 1 so this one is not correct it doesn't fulfill okay but still this one is correct so if z equal to z star is not is not analytic อีกแล้วครับ is not analytic for all set okay because these two conditions okay are not fulfilled okay now we are at the last page I think that's almost last problem it's your task okay let's check whether this one is analytic for all set or not ครับให้คุณเช็คแล้วกันว่ามัน analytic หรือไม่ครับโอเคไหมวิธีเช็คก็ทำให้ดูแล้ว2-3 รอบครับถึงเวลาคุณครับว่า analytic หรือไม่ครับเป็นไหมเดี๋ยวส่งไลน์ให้นะครับทางไลน์ครับวิธีทำนะ211ไปแล้วนะครับส่งไฟล์ใหม่ไปให้แล้วลองทำดูมีไหมใครจะเข้าที่ซูมไม่มีนะครับ นะครับanalytic หรือไม่ครับช่วยทำบนเศษกระดาษแล้วส่งมาให้ดูหน่อยครับทำกันได้ครับถ้าไม่ได้ผมก็ต้องทำให้ดูครับ เป็นหน้าที่ที่สอนโอเคyou know that z is x plus I y right an exponential exponential of z is exponential of x plus I y right and this is exponential of x times exponential of I y right and you know that the exponential of I y can be written by using the other expression as cosine y plus I sine y, right? So the whole thing here will be exponential of x, then open cosine y, cosine y plus I sine y, right? And then we distribute exponential x to each component, right? We're going to get exponential x cosine y plus I exponential x and sine y, right? So what's that? This is u x y, and here is v x y, right? Now it's time to observe the derivative for partial derivative. For partial derivative, such as the curve by curve x u x y will be curve by curve x exponential x and cosine y, and that's cosine y, and curve by curve x of e ex, right? So this one will be exponential x and cosine y. The next one is curve by curve u, curve by curve y of u. And this will be curve by curve y, exponential x and cosine y. And we can have exponential of x first in curve by curve y, cosine y. So the next one is minus exponential x and then sine y. All right. Now let's consider the next x, y. Is that then? Vector x. V is x and sine y. Okay, and that's equal to exponential x and not curve by curve x of sine y. Oh, and flip it with respect to x, right? So it's gonna be sine y and curve by curve x, exponential of x and then you have exponential x and then sine y. The same, okay, there's nothing changes. Curve by curve y of v xy will be curve by curve y exponential x and then sine y. And here you have to move exponential x curve by curve y sine y. Okay. And then exponential x and then cosine y. All right. So we will see curve by curve w xy equal to curve by curve y of v xy or not. Let's have a look. U by x is e exponential x cosine y. V by y is also exponential x cosine y, and that's right. The next one, the next condition is curve by curve y u xy negative curve y curve x v xy or not. U by y is this term minus exponential x and then sine y, and then the next term curve v by y exponential u by x is, well, we have to leave the negative sign because of this one. Okay, and the result is v by x is exponential x sine y exponential x sine y. Okay, all right, and this is also valid. Okay, so therefore the function exponential of z is analytic for all z. Okay, and that's it to this problem. Okay, now we talk about the Cauchy-Riemann equation for the polar coordinate system. If fz is w, r, and theta, and x plus iy can be written in the polar form as r cosine and r sine. Okay, then we can have 4 partial derivatives, and the Cauchy-Riemann equations will be like this. Curve u by curve r is 1 by r, curve v by curve theta. Curve v by r is equal to negative 1 by r, curve u by curve theta. Okay, curve u by curve theta. So that's it for the lecture today ครับ ขออภัยด้วยครับ เตรียมพรีเซนต์ไม่ทันครับ ก็เลยเตรียมสไลด์ไม่ทันครับ ก็เลยจบได้แค่นี้ครับ ได้ประมาณ1 ชั่วโมงครึ่งเท่านั้นครับ โอเคก็if you have any question, then let me know. If not, then we will finish our lecture today like this. Okay. เดี๋ยวส่งสไลด์ให้ก่อนครับ ก็จบแล้วครับ พบกันหวังว่าไม่ให้พบกันแล้วดิเพราะว่าให้คุณผ่านคงไม่ได้พบกันแล้วเพราะว่าคุณก็ผ่าน292ผ่าน111ไปแล้วครับ211ก็ให้ผ่านไปด้วยครับทำข้อสอบไฟนอลพรุ่งนี้ให้ได้นะครับก็วันนี้ก็คงต้องจบไว้เพียงเท่านี้นะครับสวัสดีครับบ๊ายบายครับเก็บคะแนนเข้าเรียนให้คุณ211 set underscore, but we will not count, right? We will not take into account theนะครับครั้งที่ 6เราไม่คิดเนาะก็อะไรเก็บไว้ให้กันครั้งที่ 16ไม่ใช่ครั้งที่ 6 do something this yeah. Like this. Okay. To PowerPoint. Right.